Here with us now, the Education Secretary, Arne Duncan. He's live from the White House to talk about the Race to the Top Fund, which rewards states that have raised students' performance. And we want to hear about that. And after that, Joe, I'm going to recruit him.
Oh, good.
We need
recruiting.
Yes.
So Arne, Mr. Secretary, tell us about your program, what you're doing here.
This is a huge opportunity, over $4 billion to invest in states and districts and nonprofits that are willing to challenge the status quo and get dramatically better results for students. We want higher quality schools. We want to increase student achievement. We want more students going on to college. We want to close achievement gaps. And we want to give more opportunities to students to learn and expand their skills. So those folks with the courage and the capacity to get dramatically better and drive the country, lead the country where we need to go, we want to put hundreds of millions of dollars behind those states and districts.
All right.
Mark Halperin.
Mr. Secretary, the money and the competition is a big part of this, I know, but so, as the president said in Wisconsin last week when you traveled with him to Madison, is demanding more from teachers. You've done a good job of keeping teachers' unions on board, but how far are you willing to go now in this Democratic administration in challenging teachers' unions to change the rules about getting bad teachers out of our schools?
We all have to work together to get dramatically better outcomes for students. So we're going to challenge teachers, we're going to challenge ourselves, we're going to challenge parents, and really importantly, we're challenging students themselves to take more responsibility for their own education. The status quo simply is not good enough. We have a far too high dropout rate. We have to dramatically increase graduation rates. We have to make sure more of our high school graduates are prepared both for college and the world of work. We all have to get better. We all have to challenge each other, step outside our comfort zones, and work in a collaborative way to get dramatically better outcomes for students. We have to raise student achievement in this country. What we're doing now simply isn't good enough.
Maria Bartiromo.
So, Mr. Secretary, how will you do that then specifically? I mean, the issue of autonomy and independence for principals comes up. If you look at the school system the way you would look at a business, for example, when you're the head of a company, you want to get the best players on the field. You want to get, you know, the best team to be running things, and yet the principals of today are handcuffed. They can't even put the teachers in place that they believe are going to be the best teachers. Are you prepared to give the teachers that independence even though they're handcuffed by the unions?
Well, again, we all have to work together. When I was the CEO of the Chicago Public Schools, our principals absolutely could pick their teachers, and teachers had to pick their principals. The idea of sort of a mutual consent and both parties wanting to work together. And so wherever we have rules where that's not allowed, we have to be willing to challenge the status quo. As you said, we want to get the best and brightest into communities that have been historically underserved, the hardest working, most committed teachers and principals into those communities where they need the most talent, whether that's inner city, urban, or rural. As a country, we focus so much on what's called the achievement gap, and that's real, and we have to challenge it. I'm convinced if we close the opportunity gap, if we give more students better opportunities, we'll see that achievement gap disappear very, very quickly.
Hey, Mr. Secretary, it seems to me, listening to what you've said, what you did in Chicago, listening to the president, listening to other Democrats, and of course Republicans, it seems like education reform may actually be an opportunity for bipartisanship in Washington, D.C. Talk about the timing of it. Obviously, we've got a health care reform battle going on now. We've got Afghanistan. But do you expect to get to significant health care reform in the Obama administration next year?
We hope so, and as you said, education absolutely is the issue that all of us, regardless of politics or ideology, all of us have to come together. We have to better educate our way to a better economy. We have to give our students more. I think this is the civil rights issue of our generation. Our students deserve a much higher quality education, and all of us have to come together to make sure students have the opportunity to fulfill their tremendous academic and social potential.
All right, Mr. Secretary, speaking of coming together, I have an invitation for you.
Oh, really?
Because well, here we go. We're going to New Orleans next week. We're going to a school that needs help, that still has not recovered, not even close, from Hurricane Katrina. It's our Brewing Together Day of Service, and we are calling on our friends to help out, to help fix this school up, and then work our way across the country, because it's not about talking about it, it's about doing it. Will you come down and be on our show?
He's got a busy schedule.
I know, but I need him there.
Well, I don't know about next week, but I've been in New Orleans a couple times. I appreciate you so much going down there and stepping up. Those students are extraordinary. They have been through things that I can't even begin to imagine. They're working hard, they're successful, and whatever we can do collectively to give them a chance to continue to fulfill those those dreams.
Those are
I
great
appreciate
words.
it.
Well, but we need someone from the White House. We were thinking it might be you. It's next Friday, high up, to join us at this school and reinvigorate the area.
Maybe we can interview him. He's busy. Maybe we can interview him and he can talk to the school.
Maybe he could be on our show.
I'll make you a deal. I'd be happy to be on your show, and if I can't do it, I'll have one of my top senior management leaders come down and spend some time with you and help clean up the school.
Okay.
Man of action.
Let's start with President Obama, perhaps Michelle, who's got a great platform working against childhood
Mr.
obesity.
Secretary, I'm sorry.
Valerie Jarrett, I'll call Valerie.
She's out of control.
But we do need...
she knows how to book a guest.
We need to join together and stop talking and get to work and inspire America to do so.
Okay. Hey,
thanks for being on the show.
Mr. Secretary, thanks for being with us, and we greatly appreciate
Great to
it.
see you.
I have a feeling, I'm sorry, Mika's going to be calling you in a few minutes, but we appreciate it, and congratulations on what you're doing with the program. It sounds great, and we look forward to having you back on as we move closer towards reforming education.
There's always more that can be done.
Hey, thanks so much. Good luck down in New Orleans.
All right, thanks.
We'll see you there or somebody, I hope.